and prepare for the amazing. What you will see is great racing. They got skills from front to back. These lobbies are stacked. Enjoy the racing at its best. Battles waged from first to last. The action is wall to wall. We will cover it all. Here we go. Yeah, we're all here to be entertained. These drivers go hard and not restrained. Cheer for your favorite, you will not regret the spectacle you watch. You will never forget. Come on. Enjoy the racing at its best. Battles waged from first to last. The action is wall to wall. We will cover it all. Here we go. Enjoy the racing at its best. Battles waged from first to last. The action is wall to wall. Fast Ginger covers it all. Here we go. Shake it. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Greetings and prepare for the amazing. What you will see is great racing. They got skills from front to back. These lobbies are stacked. Enjoy the racing at its best. Battles waged from first to last. The action is wall to wall. We will cover it all. Here we go.
Hello and welcome to another Fast Ginger stream for Signal 13. Today is the beginning of the World Endurance Challenge multi-class with Hypercars and GT3s. And right now we are witnessing mayhem from everybody. I think they just did a shoot for pictures with everybody on the line there so they could get a good picture, and I'll see if I can get one for the thumbnail for the stream. But it looks like we have a full lobby today. We've got 15 cars, and right now we've got we're showing hypercars here. Jim Shady in a hypercar, SB22 in the BMW, Castro in a Peugeot, Matt here in. It'll take me a little while to get used. That's the Porsche. Another BMW, another Porsche, I believe. And then number 7 here is the first of the GT3s in the Lambo. Another Porsche. And we've got a Ferrari and a Porsche. And another Ferrari, Porsche, Ferraris. We'll be able to tell what everybody's got. Somebody's throwing down a BMW, Mercedes 4-fan there. But there we go. We got 14 cars in the show for today. And we will... I think that was just a little practice session just to get the pictures. So we will start with qualifying here shortly. SBR was the winner of the non-race race, so to speak. And I am working with some new equipment here. I was just working on a filter there. Oh, you know what? I can hit the X button to get rid of this. There we go. And we will jump over here into spectate mode, and we'll have to load all of our displays. There we go. So as you can see, we have a mix of tires, but normally in qualifying, you don't have a mix of tires. You try to use the softest tire to get the fastest lap. And I don't think anybody is on track. Normally what they do in the sorry about that. What they do in the multi-class is you end up I don't know. I'm not. Oh, I must have hit the button to look at view the settings. Oops. Cancel. There we go. And so let's get back over here to our displays. And 4-fan is on wet tires. That's suboptimal for a dry weather track. We have some folks changing tire compounds at the moment. So what they normally do for multi-class is they will send out either the Hypercars or the GR3s. They'll do the install lap, then they'll do a fast lap, maybe 2 fast laps, and then they jump off, and then the GR, and then the next group of cars comes and does the finish to set the grid. So we are in a holding pattern right now to get everything squared away. This is a new series. There goes a hypercar. Rotten Kraut there. Running in the Porsche. We can go ahead and look at the track layout if you're not familiar with Monza. So right now he is going through turn 2, Curve de Grande, and then he will come into turn 3, and then the Lesmo curves 4 and 5. So this is 3. A little blast up here to 4, and then another little short stretch, a short shoot, so to say, into 5. And then it says the next is turn 6, but it's a gentle little curve through the woods and reset. So it looks like we are getting prepared for now we're getting ready to do the actual laps now. Ricky B taking the lead. SBR 22 here. Second with a little bit of lag going on here. Sorry if I'm blasting you out of your ears with my microphone. Still trying to get my Vocaster squared away. I'm using some new equipment, so it might sound a little different, a little better, I hope. So we got Ricky B out here in the front, and I believe he is using the Toyota, which was the first hypercar put into the game. And then SBR here in the BMW. Then Matt, what is he driving? Looks like a Porsche. Rotten Kraut, I think he's got to be in a Porsche given the Kraut name. And we'll see what Castro has. I think Castro is in the Peugeot. Tell by that crazy sound. Another BMW here. The Welsh Smurf. And then Jim Shady here. Following up. And I believe that might be another Porsche. So Porsche is the choice, it seems. Or is that the Ferrari? Yeah, it's not the Porsche. Could be the Ferrari, so. Wonder if we can go in. Yep, there it is. There's the prancing horse, so we are in the Ferrari. Alright, so Ricky B looks like he is on the first flying lap. See how he can do. Coming through turn 6. And then this is a tight little cluster of corners here. Got to get that right. And coming through. And just one more turn. Heavy braking into this long right-hander. And keeping it wide at the moment. Coming back to the inside to cross the line with a 136.4, putting him on provisional pole. SBR coming across in second so far. Matt in the Porsche coming across. He falls in line in third. Rotten Kraut will be coming across next. Castro coming through. And he bumps Rotten Kraut out. Welsh Smurf. See if he can move up in 6. And that'll put Jim Shady coming into the last turn. A little bit of lag going on in this room. Probably does not look anything like that from Jim Shady's view. So comes across in 8th place. And Ricky B here is purple, coming across the final little bit of chicane there. I know the name, but I just can't drag it out of my brain at the moment. That would be the Ascari. and then Parabolica here is the last. So coming through Parabolica is Ricky B. Across to B pole. This BR, can he improve? Does not improve his time. Matt coming across. Improved his time, I believe. Jim Shady here will be next. Coming across, coming through Ascari. I think we've got somebody else getting close to. Castro is done. Jim Shady is getting ready to finish up his lap. In fourth place. So that will do it for our hypercars. So Uncle Jesse is the first car in GT3. As he comes across the line to start his first flying lap, followed by Don P. in Henwood here in a BMW. Then English Andy in a Ferrari, another Porsche in Durden, and Forfan in the Mercedes. J Mac following behind in the Porsche. And Ray Barago in a Ferrari. So let's jump up here to our front leading car. Let's see if I can get my keyboard up here on the desk. Okay. So we still have Uncle Jesse up here at the front. Oh, saw Don P getting a little squirrely back there. Alright, so let's get up here to Uncle Jesse on the leading edge of the cars here. So he will be the first to cross the line going through Parabolica here to end his first lap of qualifying. So that put him at a 150. And then we've got Don P coming across a 153. So this is going to be a little bit tricky to keep track of. Forfan jumping up to second place in class. J Mac up to third. English Andy here in fourth. Henwood fifth. Ray Braga is 6th, and Don P's in 7th, and Durden's in 8th place. So we have 7 hypercars and a good number here of GT3s. Uncle Jesse here has still on the provisional pole in the Gatorade Porsche. Forfan here, doing pretty good, moving up. So this should be an interesting race to cover because we'll be dancing all over the place to find the cars and where they are. And then keeping track of the position they're in will be handful too. So, but I am up for the task as we follow English Andy here in the Ferrari, and Uncle Jesse has completed his laps. Fan has as well, I believe. J-Mac, English Andy, Henwood, and Durden. So I think everybody is done qualifying, so we will get this race set up and then we will be on for 40 minutes of multi-class racing. And why don't we take a listen to one of our sponsors.
When it's time to get rid of that painful friction, reach for the natural slick stuff you want and put some on that thing.
If you want to stomp your competition into the ground, there's only one drink for you. Blue Moose Energy Drink! It'll give you hooves!
All right, so let's take a look at this track layout again. Down at the bottom is the straightaway. You can see the start-finish line there with a long run down into turn 1, and that is where a lot of mayhem can occur down there in turn 1. So if you can safely get through turn 1, then curve grande, flat out, and then another heavy braking zone in turn 3, another pinch place, another place to possibly make mistakes, but it's another heavy braking zone, a heavy passing zone. Sometimes you get the exit wrong and spin. There's sand on the left side as you exit. And then 4 and 5, you can easily run wide out of 4 and out of 5 into sand. Also, you can get maybe a little penalty for clipping turn 5. Turn 6 is basically a straight stretch, so it's flat out. Then you go into the Scary curves, and that's another. You don't want to go side by side. Sometimes you can make a pass through there. Definitely the hypercars will probably be making passes on the GT3s when they catch them through there. They don't want to get stuck behind them because that's a very slow corner for those cars. And then it's flat out to turn 8, another possible passing zone. And then once you get out of Parabolica, you're back out on the front stretch. So let's see what the starting lineup is going to be. Ricky B's on pole, SBR second, Castro third, Jim Shady fourth, Matt fifth, Rotten Crowd sixth, Will Smurf seventh, Uncle Jesse in 8th, and then we start with let's go back. So, the last car, Uncle Jesse, is the pole sitter for GR3, followed up by Forfan, J-Mac, Ray Brago, English Andy, Don P, Henwood, and Durden. So there's a good 20-second lap difference between the hypercars and the GR3 cars. So I would say within 6 laps, possibly the faster cars will be running into lapped traffic. So that will play a part in the race, as well as tire and fuel, I'm sure. And right now we are waiting for the host to finish preparations for the room. But it should be interesting. Haven't really had these hypercars in the game for very long, so those are kind of unknown entities. So far, my experience is the Porsche has been a little bit faster, but we don't know what it's going to be like on tires or fuel consumption. So at this point, it's all pretty much unknown. Now the GR3s have all been around forever. The Porsche is pretty new, as is the Ferrari. So those are the newest vehicles. The Mercedes is not quite as old as some of those, but those are definitely the top choices for the GR3, the Porsche, the Mercedes, and the Ferrari. Someone did have a Lamborghini in there, so as a wild card. But it looks like we are preparing to get a race started. So let me get my controller handy so that we can jump into spectator mode and then get the displays where we want it. And there we are. So we are all set. It appears that we are on a rolling start. Why? This all looks kind of messed up. I'm not sure what is going on here, but it's not right. I can tell you that. So, we had a bunch of cars out of order, and it appears that is the case. Everybody's understanding that this was a mess. So I don't know if they plan on lining up per class, but it appears everybody's jumping off here. So we had a faulty start, so a glitch, and our room. Yep. Thank you, J Mac. I see that for sure. Yeah, it was because I was hitting the first place driver, and it was a GR3 car, and I was like, well, that can't be right. So going to do a reset here, get the cars put back in order that they need to be, so that we can get this thing started again. I'll do a reset here, get the... So I was just checking something there, and I have hit a button. Orphan has changed the room settings to practice endurance race. I guess we could look at the details here and see what we got as far as tire wear is ×5, fuel consumption is tire wear 4, fuel consumption 5, so that will come into play for this race. Okay, so we're still working on getting this, so we are currently in practice mode. Yeah, I don't know if anybody is out on the track. I do not want to enter the course. And it does not look like anybody's out there driving around. Forfan is on wet tires, so he may want to change that. I'm going to tell him to... There they go. They got it. Okay. So if you're watching the stream and you're in the race, check your tires. Make sure those are the ones you want to start on. So you may want to start. Looks like everybody's going with mediums except for Castro, who is on the soft tire. For now, Jim Shady there jumping out onto the track. Get a little bit of laps going. And then, so we've got a little bit of things going on here. Take a peek on the inside of all these cars. So Forfan, you know, he's in the Mercedes. Uncle Jesse here. What is he? He's in the Porsche. And another Porsche. And another Porsche. And there is the Peugeot Hypercar. And in the BMW. With the very minimalistic dashboard. Ricky B here. In a hypercar of some make. Oh, we can, there we go. I believe it be the Toyota. Durden here in another Porsche. SBR in the BMW. Don P here in his Lambo. And Matt in a hypercar. And it looks like we are ready for the race. I believe we have the cars in the correct order. And we are ready to see what is going to happen with this start. Turn 1 should be interesting. Here come the lights, and they're getting across the green. And here we go. Ricky B in the lead. Everybody's being good coming down here into turn 1. Ricky B turns it in. So far, so good. A little bit of contact there, but nobody... Don P a little wide, gets in the side of Ray Barago. Ray Barago comes out of the gravel. All right, let's see Ricky B coming into the next chicane here. Can he get through? Everybody looks like they're getting through nice and easy. Uncle Jesse here in the lead in front of Forfan coming through. And there we go. Don P and Ray Brago and Durden right there close at hand to each other. Henwood following up in the back. Ricky B's stretching the legs out there. Rottenkraut and Smurf here. Back in the back. Forfan with a half-second penalty behind Uncle Jesse. Starting to spread out a little bit here in the Ray Brago here in 15th. Not sure what happened with him. See if we can see anything. Looks like he'd gone off track, so... Alright, let's see Ricky B in the first. Looks like we got a little battle here for second, third, and fourth. Things get a little spread out there for those. They're still right together. Uncle Jesse's being pursued by Forfan. Forfan going for the move on the inside to turn 1. Looks like he's got it if he can hold it. And he cannot. And he gets reset and put back into 4th place. And got Don P there going real squirrely in that Lamborghini. We got Henwood and Durden back here battling for 13th and 14th place. Uncle Jesse, hitting that curb pretty hard. Warfan trying to get caught back up to those top 3 in GR3s. Jump back up here, Ricky B solidly in 1st, 2nd. We've got a spinner. Not Jim Shady. We'll see what happens here. And looks like he just went wide, got into the gravel and lost it. He's back underway, still ahead of Jim Shady here in 1st place. J-Mac, English Andy, and Forfan all right there together for 1st place in GR3. Got a close battle here. Pretty evenly matched between these 4 cars. J-Mac going for the move. Uncle Jesse blocking down the inside. And J-Mac in the lead in front of Uncle Jesse. English Andy, see if Forfan can get it right this time. And he does. Everyone's safely through. And Don P lagging through there. Bray Brago is caught back up to the back of this pack. Ricky B still solidly out in the lead of the Hypercars. SBR in 2nd, Castro 3rd, Matt in 4th. Rottenkraut back here in 5th, the Welsh Smurf in 6th, Jim Shady due to that off-course excursion back in 7th, but he will be closing back with the Welsh Smurf, I'm sure of it. And this battle is still waging. J-Max stretch out a 1 second lead over Uncle Jesse as they come into Forfan following him right on through. He's got a good move. Is he going to be able to make a move on Andy going into the final into Parabolica? We'll see if he does, or is he going to stay? Looks like Andy was looking a little inside to cover that inside move. Uncle Jesse and English Andy side by side out of Parabolica. Forfan, who's he going to dance with? Looks like he's picked English Andy. See what happens here going into well, that was not the intention that I wanted there. So Uncle Jesse here. So J-Mac 8th, English Andy 9th. Forfan's up to 10th. Uncle Jesse in 11th, and Don P trying to catch this group of cars. Thought Uncle Jesse might have lost it there. And Ricky B's got himself a half-second penalty, but a 2-second lead, so should not harm his position, but it will put SBR a little bit closer. Castro here coming through turn 1. Matt here coming through. Rottenkraut coming through as well. Jim Shady back there. Welsh Smurf here in 7th. And then we drop back up here to J Mac, who is got a 2-second lead now over English Andy and is 1 minute behind the leader. So he will be getting into some of our people back here at the back. Durden and Ray Brago may be under fire from the Hypercars. Four-fan there on the bumper of Uncle Jesse. Is he going to make a move into turn one? Doesn't look like it. They need to work together possibly to get back up to English Andy so they can get back into the fight for the lead of GR3. And let's see what the fight's like here in GR1. Ricky B with that penalty is now being hounded by SBR. See what happens here going into turn one. And heavy braking. SBR pulling up on him. He's only half second back now, so he does have... Oh, and Ricky gets a little squirrely there, and that gets SBR the inside line. They go through side by side. And Ricky's got the inside line here, and we also have a back marker, so that could play into this. It could hold him up because he might catch him here in this turn right here coming up. So he gets blocked there. Is that going to give SBR a run? SBR's got a little bit of a run, but I don't think he's close enough to take advantage of it going into scary curves here. He does not. Ricky B making it through. So who is... So Ray Rabago and Enwood are the next two cars for Ricky B and SBR to get through. Castro and Matt getting around Durden as well. So Ricky B and SBR closing in on those two and might catch them in a really bad place for Ricky B as they come into turn one. And I can hear the sound of those GR3s ahead of these two. Ricky B didn't get good run off that last time, but SBR is right there. Here we go. Inwood moves to the side and lets those hypercars through. Ray Brago moving to the side, and Ricky B got around him, but SBR did not, so that will hinder his fight with the lead. Ray Brago still in front of... Oh, he goes wide. Did he get pushed or did he just drive off because he had a mirror full of... Oh, and then Headwood goes flying off as well. So I was trying to see if we could find out what happened back there. Ricky B, with that traffic, has gotten a bit of a lead. Now he's jumping into more traffic coming through this fast right turn. Is that going to work against him? Because they're side by side, and looks like he gets around them, powers through. Can SBR do the same thing? We need to go check out our English. Andy is in the lead now. Let's see, or is he? Okay, so we've got J-Mac in the lead, English Andy in second, Four-Fan in third, Don P fourth, Uncle Jesse here in fifth. Ray Brago, 12th. And then we've got Henwood and Durden. And then we've got a hypercar getting around them. So did we lose somebody? I think we've lost someone. I'm not sure who we lost. Ricky B here in the lead, getting through some lap traffic. I think that was English Andy that he got around. So yeah, the lap cars are causing a little bit of mayhem with these hypercars. And I see J-Mac there with or somebody had a penalty. It was it wasn't Jim. It was Jim Shady, I think. 6? No, not Jim Shady. Who's the Gatorade car? Whoever's Uncle Jesse. Uncle Jesse here has served his penalty. He has moved back into 11th overall. So I think that would be 4th place for the GR3s. J-Mac with a good 5-second lead over English Andy. Getting a bad exit there. That ought to allow Orfan to make a move on him possibly. Is he going to go around the outside and try to... And he gives him a little bump there, so a little bump draft. Maybe he's trying to get up there to J-Mac. Not really good place to pass back there, so... Just give him a little boost to help the two of them go forward. We're up here to Ricky B, and SBR has closed back into the back end of Ricky B. So this battle is shaping up again. 0.3 of a second separate the two. With some of this lobby lag, you can't tell if it's a mistake or just a little jiggle from the lag. So Matt has had a quiet yet productive day. Moved up. He's in 3rd place right now, staying out of trouble. And good tire usage. And 1/4 of a tank. Haven't really looked at the fuel situation yet for most of these cars. The BMW looks like it's a thirsty girl there, so tire wear doesn't seem to be much of an issue, so it might run into fuel economy. So Castro, getting it all wrong and getting it even wronger. Okay. I haven't shown Castro hardly any today, and when I do, he's done that. So Rottenkraut and Jim Shady here. Rottenkraut's usually pretty decent on tire wear. Jim Shady is not doing well on tire wear, but that could be because he's had some extracurricular off-track activities. Orfan here getting to the side, and these hypercars getting around, giving them a wide berth, letting them through, and then spinning out. Oh, I'm sorry that I had the camera on you. So let's get off there. So Henwood back here in 11th place. Durden has gone into the pits to get some fuel and tires. We are 16 minutes into this race. So we've got 23 left to go. SBR is in the lead now over Ricky B, so I'm not sure what happened there. We can try to see if anything... Nope, it was before that, so we were off rambling around looking at something else, and all these drivers are having a little bit of trouble getting traction out of turn 1. So SBR and the BMW has taken the lead over Ricky B. J-Mac has gone into the pits for fuel mainly and tires. So We are seeing some GR3s coming in. The Hypercars will need to come in too. SBR there is definitely looking thirsty. Ricky B probably has another lap left. Matt will need to get some fuel. Castro looks like he's got a lap left in him. Rotten Crowd as well, possibly. Not Jim Shady. He will probably pit this turn for Fan. Looks like he's got one more pit stop in him, and Uncle Jesse going around him for first place. I think Fan might be conserving a little fuel to make sure that he can make it around to get gas the next time. J-Mac is on a full tank of gas. In third place, 32 seconds back. So I believe English Andy probably has done his pit stop as well. And then we've got Henwood. And it looks like our leaders are in as well. SBR was definitely in need. Everybody else is. See if Castro goes around. He does go around. He's got rolling the dice and seeing if he can do it. I have a feeling Rotten Kraut will peel off, as Jim Shady does as well. So Castro stays out for one additional lap and getting a little squirrely there. So it looks like he should be able to make it through without any issue. Now Jim Shady on the soft tires. And I don't know if he is going to move back to mediums. Following Castro around here. So Matt here in second place. Ricky B in third. So Matt did a short fill on that. So little strategery going on here. He is on medium tires and a short fill. He got track position. So once Castro decides to pit, he might cycle back up into the lead there. So Ricky B here in third place. Fourth place is SBR. And Castro does come in. And his tires are done. And his fuel, he used every bit of it. So we are looking at a new set of boots and a full tank of gas, and he will be set and will not need to pit again for the rest of the race. So he should be able to finish everything on this. So like we said, Matt has taken over the lead. Castro has moved back into fourth place for now. But Matt gambling here on mediums. And Castro, we can see he put medium tires on. So he has done soft and medium. And he is good to go for the rest of the race as far as tires and fuel go. So we will see what our leader is. Uncle Jesse here in his Porsche, 30 seconds ahead of J-Mac, and he has not made a pit stop yet, so he will need to pit after this because his fuel thing is flashing red. J-Mac here is in second place. English Andy in third place. And looks like we're getting a little bit spread out here. Well, Fan is only a second and a half ahead of Don P, so that's a close battle there for now. And then Hoodwood, Hint Ray, Brago back here in 12th. Henwood in 13th. They're right there together. And then Durden back here in 14th. letting some front pack cars go through. So we still have Matt out here in the lead with 17 minutes to go, and he's got half a tank of gas. So I haven't paid attention to his shifting and see if he is short shifting to try to get that to last. But if he does, I can see Ricky B there right behind him, so I don't think he's going to fuel save himself into a win. So there's Matt, but you never know. Oh, hammered that. And there we go. Uncle Jesse is finally coming into the pits after almost completely running out of fuel, down to 1%. And that will see J-Mac coming here through Parabolica, see if he can retain that lead. Uncle Jesse is getting fuel on board. I don't think he will need to get a full tank of gas. I think he will take about 75% maybe, because we're not that far along. And here he goes. He's up to 80, 85, 88, 90. He's just going to pack in a full tank of gas, and so there you go. So he is back out onto the track, and he falls back into the race right behind English Andy in third place. 4 fans right there. Matt, your leader, closing in on the 4th place GR3, going around the outside onto the Clag, and is able to make it through. So still in first place is Matt. How far back is Ricky B? He is 4 seconds, almost 5 seconds behind. Now he is 5 seconds behind. He's stuck behind Don P. Gets around him, and now SBR is behind Don P. Looked like Don P went a little wide to allow SBR to get through. So we do have a little bit of a battle here for 2nd and 3rd place in the hypercar class. Castro back here in 4th place. 10 seconds ahead of Rotten Kraut. Rotten Kraut has a half-second penalty. Jim Shady's right behind him, so we'll stick right here. See, as soon as Rotten Kraut takes that penalty, he will probably lose that position. So I think that penalty zone is after the Ascari curves, if I remember correctly. So here we go under the 2nd bridge and into Ascari. And now it's telling him the penalty zone line is coming. And let's see if Rotten Kraut loses the position to Jim Shady. He moves to the right. And it's a drag race into Parabolica. Jim Shady does get around him and sneaks past the GR3 there of Durden. The Fight Club sponsored Porsche. So Rotten Kraut does lose the position to Jim Shady, and now he can be back on attack for that position. And here we have Matt, 4.5 seconds in the lead. He has maintained that lead pretty much for his entire stint. Ricky B here following close behind. We are 13 minutes left in this race. Ricky B, SBR, Castro, getting through traffic, getting through Henwood. Jim Shady trying to stay in front of Rotten Kraut. Rotten Kraut chasing down Jim Shady after losing that position during a penalty. And we will go here in GR3. Our leader J-Mac, 22 seconds ahead of English Andy. And it looks like he has plenty of fuel for the rest of the race. Uncle Jesse here in second place. For now, Forfan is right on the tail, as is English Andy. So we have a three-way battle here for second place in GR3. Forfan is right on the back of him. We'll get on board here and follow him into turn one. He does not make an attempt to get around him at this point. Is he? I'm not sure what the strategy is. Just not trying to make any mistakes and not trying to push him off the road or making him make an accident. So he is following in his slipstream as we come into this hairpin. Well, not hairpin, these S's. Oh, I thought he was going to clamber up on top of that curbing there, which is really tall, and it'll throw you into that beach if you're not careful. As we get into these double corners here, coming up to Ascari, Uncle Jesse has pushed that lead out a little bit more over top of Forfan into 1 second. English Andy 2 seconds back. Here comes Castro through. Just look at the speed of that hypercar. He will easily get around Uncle Jesse as they power out of that corner. A little more acceleration and straight line speed. Matt still in the lead with 10 minutes to go and a quarter tank of gas. So good luck with that, Matt. And he's got 4 second lead over Ricky B. See if he is making any short shifts. Nope, he revved that bad boy out. So there you go. So Ricky B potentially the leader here in the next 3 or 4 laps, because I don't think Matt can make it to the end. SBR here in the BMW in third place all by himself, solidly in third place. Fourth place also a pretty solid position. Jim Shady right in the middle between Castro and Rottenkraut. Rottenkraut's still trying to catch up. There is and he just nailed every one of those curbs. Not nailed in a good way, but hammered might be a better term. He does have a vehicle in front of him, which would be the fourth place car in GR3. J-Max still in the lead of this division, and he is 21 seconds ahead of the second place car of Uncle Jesse, who is being pursued by Forfan. And Forfan is almost 4 seconds ahead of English Andy, so those two have broken free from that other vehicle. So Rottenkraut joining in the fun with this battle in the GR3 class. He cuts it to the inside. Forfan getting right on the back bumper of that Porsche. Is he going to make a move into turn one? He will stick with it. I don't believe he's going to. Just trying to safely get through. Maybe he's biding his time. Do it in the last lap or two so that he can't get retaliation back. So we will see here what Matt is doing. He will be doing a pit stop. So he's going into pit stops, and Ricky B will be taking over the lead. And then SBR, Matt's just going to do a flash of fuel, so he may end up in third place when he comes out. So he went ahead and chose to put tires on and putting in some fuel. He has moved down into third place behind SBR, and he's got 34, 35, 37% fuel, soft tires, and 7 minutes to make up 11 seconds in second place. But he's pretty safely in third place with fresh soft tires and no fuel concerns, so he should be able to stretch that distance between third and fourth place. Castro here in fourth, Jim Shady here in fifth, Rotten Kraut in sixth place. Seventh place is J-Mac, our GR3 leader. Uncle Jesse and Forfan here still fighting it out for second and third place. English Andy is back there saying he wants to join in the fun, see if he can get into this mix and possibly get a second or third place in the first race of the series. I mean, it's very easy. This is a 40-minute race, and we are in the last 6 minutes. And some drivers may be getting tired, maybe losing some concentration. So could be any number of mistakes. And English Andy, if he is faculties together, he could take advantage of somebody's mistake. So we will jump out here. Ricky B here in first place by 16 seconds. SBR in second place. And he has a 10-second lead over Matt, who has a 6-second lead over Castro. 15 seconds ahead of Jim Shady. Rotten Kraut here in sixth place. And J-Mac first place with an 18-second gap between seventh place and eighth place of Uncle Jesse, who has been in a battle with Forfan this whole time. Forfan has not made any huge attempts on taking that place, so he has been settled right in there behind Uncle Jesse in second place. So we're looking at second and third place here, the last two steps of the podium. And English Andy has come into the pits, and he was about out of fuel, so he had no choice. So here we go. We got Ray Brago in 11th, 3rd and 12th, Don P in 13th, Henwood in 14th, and getting past one of the hypercars. Ricky B here in first place by 12 seconds. SBR in second place by 11 seconds over Matt, who has built up a little bit of a lead over Castro's fourth place. And then another jump back to Jim Shady, and then a little bit further back is Rotten Kraut. And then here we have J-Mac, 16 seconds ahead of Uncle Jesse, who is 13. Whoops, I missed some cars there. Okay, there we go. Forfan, who is 24 seconds ahead of English Andy. So this is the top battle here, 8th and 9th place, which is second and third for the podium. So Uncle Jesse so far has the second step, and Forfan has the third. And then we've got Ray Brago and English Andy back here. And he has a half-second penalty, but that won't hurt him because he's got a good 12 seconds on Ray Brago, so not a problem to serve that penalty and move on with his race. SBR still in the lead over SBR. Ricky B ahead of SBR, and then Matt After that very late pit stop and new tires and fuel, he is 7 seconds ahead of Castro. And Jim Shady here in 5th place with a penalty. And he will serve that penalty now. Hit the brakes. Get a little bit of braking traction in the Adidas Hypercar. So Ricky B, solid first place. SBR in 2nd place. So it looks like we are losing daylight and gaining some fog or haze here at Monza. There's Matt, Castro, Jim Shady with a whole cast of GR3 cars to get through. J-Mac comfortably in the lead. Uncle Jesse here in 2nd place. Orfan has been overtaken by the leader, so that broke him away a little bit from that battle for 1st place in GR3. See if he can make some time up on that lead. Okay, so we're looking at 1 minute and 13 seconds. Some of these cars back here in the back are going to be taking their last laps. Trying to find out where they are. Okay, so here's Jim Shady, 58 seconds back. So let's see here. He may actually be able to make a lap. Rotten Kraut coming across here, 41 seconds. So I've got my eyeball on the arrow here that eight, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, so here's 14th place. Durden might be our first one to take a checkered flag. And then we'll see, we can have to pick up this other group of cars right behind him. Here he comes. 2, 1, 0. Checkered flag is out. All right, we will stick here with Ricky B. He will be taking the checkered flag and the overall win for the first round here at Monza of the World Endurance Championship 2026 Hypercar Division. And he comes across 2nd, SBR, and 2nd and 3rd will be Matt. So Ricky B 1st, SBR and 2nd, Matt 3rd, J-Mac and Uncle Jesse have taken 1st and 2nd place of that division. There's 3rd place. Castro will be coming across in 4th place. And we've got Forfan here. English Andy will be taking 10th place. And we've got 5th place here coming across as well. And Rotten Kraut spinning on completely used up tires and no fuel. So he timed it right with fuel, but did not time it too well with tires. So he finishes. All right, Henwood coming across. Don P here coming across as well. And that will be your last finisher for today. He was out of gas, so Don P follows back to 13th place. So we will take a look at our final results, with Ricky B being the overall winner for the hypercar and the race. So we will look here at our results with Ricky B first place and fastest lap, and I believe pole. So it's a triple header there. He swept the day here. SBR in second place, Matt in third place with an interesting strategy, Castro in fourth, not Jim Shady, fifth. Rotten Crowd finishes up in sixth place with no tires and hardly any fuel. J-Mac wins GR3. Uncle Jesse comes in second place. Orfan in third. English Andy in fourth. Ray Brago, Henwood, Don P. Durden, and we lost the Welsh Smurf, who did not finish the race. So there you have it, folks, for this week's round one of the endurance race. It got kind of spicy there. The intermingling of hypercars and GR3s made for some interesting moments and some passing opportunities, or blocking, not on purpose, but makes for some interesting races. And some different strategies were being deployed there for fuel and tires. But there you go. We have it. That is round one of the multi-class car series. And then we have another race next week with these fellows. And I'm trying to check it out here. Here we go. Schedule. Next week, we will be at Spa. So that will be interesting. It will be 1 hour randomized weather. So possibility of rain. Hypercars have hard, medium, and soft tires available to them, and GR3s look like they have medium and soft, possibly, I believe. So that should be interesting. 1 hour randomized weather at Spa Francorchamps. So good chance there will be some rain, and that will definitely play into that race. And then if it's a drying race and you have a dry line and a wet line and some hypercars trying to get around some GR3 cars, it could be chaos. So that's where we stand, and we will finish up our stream of this. Please like and subscribe if you want to. And we will see you again next Wednesday at 9 o'clock on the Fast Ginger YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to end the show. The stream is over, I got to go. Now is not the time to be sad. I'll be back, there's more streaming to be had. Fast Ginger will bring the best with an entertainment fest where friends are made and good times never fade. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you like, you can't even get notified.